Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Kencana Ariestiani from Department of Communication, Universitas Paramadina, and today I would like to present my paper. It's about constructive journalism, Indonesian journalist perception and implementation in the COVID-19 news. It's undeniable that journalists play an essential role in communicating information about health risks to the public. Nevertheless, reporting on health crisis is often criticized for being sensational, incomplete, and inaccurate, leading to misunderstanding, panic, or even public neglect. Thus, it is hoped that media outlets could provide more constructive news to anticipate the effects of anxiety, panic, and fatigue, as well as stress and depression that the public might feel after consuming news about COVID-19. If they continue to experience these adverse psychological effects, they will probably avoid COVID-19 information, whereas the pandemic has not ended yet. Information related to COVID-19 news is still necessary for them to update their knowledge of the current situation. Furthermore, according to the Digital News Report 2022 released by the Reuters Institute for the Study of Journalism, public interest and trust in news and news consumption have declined considerably in many countries. Likewise, there is a phenomenon of news fatigue, which is not only about COVID-19 news, but also about political information and various other information where the number of people who actively avoid news has increased sharply. Therefore, the expected news model is the one that strengthens and motivates by providing positive, inspirational, and solution-based information to foster enthusiasm and optimism in the audience to work together in fighting COVID-19. It is in line with the spirit of constructive journalism, which is involves positive psychology techniques and is solution-oriented and future-oriented. Research on implementing constructive journalism in reporting on COVID-19 in Indonesia has not been widely carried out. This study, therefore, aims to fill this gap by focusing on how Indonesian journalists perceive the constructive journalism approach. It is crucial to gain knowledge of their perception to see how constructive journalism could be accepted in Indonesia, in media outlets in Indonesia. Thus, its implementation in their journalistic work could be optimized. In addition, this research also wants to examine the challenges faced by Indonesian journalists in applying constructive elements in their daily journalistic routines to cover and write news about COVID-19. Traditional journalism rests on objective news reporting, in which journalists function as a watchdog. Its main goal is to disseminate information and control the power ruled by the government, and journalists decide what is essential for the public to know. In contrast, constructive journalism goes beyond these traditional functions and includes more facilitating and mobilizing function. In the Handbook of Constructive Journalism, it is stated that the unique strength of constructive journalism is that it complements the watchdog role of journalists by encouraging conversation and proposing solutions to existing problems. Meanwhile, constructive journalists also keep conducting interviews, researching, and critically analyzing, which are essential in a constructive journalism approach. In covering and reporting COVID-19 news, journalists also frame the news that will be delivered to the public. Therefore, I also used the concept of news framing as a foundation to explore how Indonesian journalists implement a constructive journalism approach in covering and writing news about the COVID-19 pandemic. There is 6 classification of constructive journalistic elements in this research. These constructive elements are used as a theoretical basis to explore the perception and understanding of Indonesian journalists regarding the constructive journalism approach. This research is a qualitative study, and I used in-depth interview to gather data from 8 informants of Indonesian journalists who are experienced in covering and reporting news of COVID-19 pandemic. And I also used a thematic analysis with 6 level processes, and I found 2 themes and 4 sub-themes around constructive journalism. Based on thematic analysis, here is the map of themes and sub-themes around the perception of constructive journalism and its implementation on COVID-19 news. There is 2 themes. The first is Indonesian journalists. There are 2 themes. First is Indonesian journalist perception of constructive journalism, and the second is the implementation of constructive elements in COVID-19. And the discussion is, I point out these 6 discussion. This article included a study from the journalist side to gain knowledge about their perception of constructive journalism and apply the constructive elements to journalism practice. Findings show that Indonesian journalists are not familiar with this approach. In their routine work, they are more concerned with practical aspects that are sometimes not based on a particular genre of journalism. When carrying out a journalistic work, they adhere to independent principles, facts and data, loyalty to the public, be accurate and credible, deliver important and impactful information to the public, and uphold the journalistic code of ethics. However, they perceived that constructive journalism is a good approach and must be applied in their daily journalistic work. Findings also show that they have implemented constructive elements in the coverage and reporting of COVID-19 news, even though they did not realize it. Some Indonesian journalists have written pandemic solution frame news while conveying facts according to actual condition. It seems that constructive elements of solution, feature orientation, inclusiveness and diversity, and explain the news and give context, utilize data to create infographics that explain news are more familiar to Indonesian journalists. Meanwhile, Indonesian journalists rarely apply the other 2 constructive elements, co-creation and empowering people. Throughout the pandemic coverage that has been done, they had only 5 times involved and provided space for citizens to give their suggestions or ideas in developing news coverage themes. Thus, it can be said that the application of the constructive elements in their daily journalistic practice has not been optimized. It is due to various factors and situations such as editorial policy, limited coverage time, and the duration of news on television. In addition to the technical constraint, their understanding, which has not been comprehensive yet to the constructive element, is also an obstacle to its optimization. Changing the work culture in news media outlets is not an easy thing to do. Moreover, each newsroom has its policy and goals that align with the news organization values. Nevertheless, socialization regarding applying a constructive journalism approach for Indonesian journalists is essential to anticipate the harmful effects of the news published by the media, especially news related to disaster, conflicts, or climate change often causes adverse psychological effects. Therefore, this research suggests that media outlets and Indonesian journalists should consider and comprehensively grasp the constructive elements in their daily journalistic work to anticipate those negative psychological effects. Socialization could be carried out at 2 levels: the elites in the newsroom and journalists who directly doing news coverage in the field. The goal is to get a shared vision and mission regarding implementing the concept of constructive journalism at the level of policymakers and executors in the field. Thank you.